Okay, so get this, listeners. We're diving deep today, and I mean deep, into this super intriguing concept for a podcast I stumbled upon. They're calling it Kiss Me AI.
Kiss Me AI. Okay, that title definitely got my attention.
Right. Catchy, huh?
Yeah.
But beyond the title, the idea itself is just fascinating. The whole premise is a blend of, well, the science and culture of kissing, all mixed in with the influence of AI.
Oh, wow. That's quite the combination. I'm already curious. Tell me more.
So imagine this. There are these two charming hosts, right? They've got this futuristic studio with neon lights, and they're talking about kissing. Like all things kissing. From the biology to the history to, get this, the role of AI in potentially creating the perfect virtual kiss.
Hold on. Did you say a perfect virtual kiss created by AI? I mean, that sounds a little out there, doesn't it?
I know, right? Sounds kind of crazy. But that's where the deep dive gets interesting. What if AI could actually understand, even replicate, the whole experience of a kiss?
Okay, I see where you're going with this. At first glance, it sounds a little absurd, I'll admit. But when you start to think about the elements at play here, it actually gets pretty thought-provoking. Let's start with the science of kissing.
Yeah, let's break it down.
So when we kiss, there's a whole cascade of physiological responses happening. Hormones like oxytocin, often called the love hormone, get released, and these can actually strengthen feelings of attachment and connection.
Ooh, oxytocin, that's the good stuff. That feeling of, like, closeness and bonding.
Exactly. And it's not just oxytocin. Kissing also triggers the release of dopamine and serotonin, which are neurotransmitters associated with pleasure and happiness.
No wonder it feels so good.
Yeah.
But I was reading that there are also evolutionary theories about kissing. Something about mate selection.
Right, there's a theory that kissing might have evolved as a way for our ancestors to assess potential mates. Through a kiss, we're subconsciously exchanging information about things like health and genetic compatibility.
Whoa, seriously? Like our spit is giving away all our secrets.
Right. Well, not exactly secrets, but it might contain subtle cues that our ancestors, way back when, might have picked up on. It's pretty fascinating to think about.
It is. Okay, so we've got this whole biological cocktail swirling around when we kiss. But how does AI fit into this picture?
Okay, well, think about the dating apps we use today, right? Many of them use complex algorithms to match people based on their profiles and preferences. Now, imagine an algorithm specifically designed to predict kissing compatibility.
Wait, an algorithm that tells you who's a good kisser? Sign me up.
Well, it's not quite that simple. But you can see how AI could potentially play a role in how we approach romantic interactions in the future.
You're right. I mean, AI is already shaping so much of our lives. Why not our love lives, too? It's a little, it's kind of unnerving, isn't it? Giving an algorithm that much power.
I can see why you'd say that. It definitely raises questions about, the role of technology in human connection. Are we losing something essential by relying on algorithms to guide our romantic choices?
It's like, are we outsourcing our hearts to AI?
Yeah, and that ties into another aspect of the Kiss Me AI concept that I found really intriguing. The idea of exploring the history and cultural variations of kissing.
Oh yeah, that. Because kissing isn't universal, is it? It's not just about biology.
Exactly. The way we kiss, the meaning we attach to it, even whether we kiss at all, these are all shaped by our culture.
So the podcast could dive into how different societies view kissing.
Exactly. In some cultures, kissing is a very private gesture reserved for romantic partners. But in other cultures, kissing is a common way to greet friends and family.
Oh yeah, like in some European countries. Cheek kissing is totally normal.
Exactly. And there are even more unique kissing traditions out there. Like, did you know that the Inuit people practice something called kunik?
Kunik? Okay, I have no idea what that is.
It's a form of greeting where people rub noses instead of lips. It's a way of expressing affection and closeness.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. It really shows how diverse human expressions of affection can be.
It does, and it highlights how our own cultural norms, the ones we grow up with, shape how we experience and understand something as seemingly simple as a kiss.
It's mind-blowing when you think about it that way. And I love that this Kiss Me AI podcast wants to bring all of this together.
Yeah.
The science, the culture, the tech.
Yeah, it's an ambitious concept, but I think it has the potential to be really insightful and entertaining, especially if they manage to pull off that whole futuristic studio vibe we're going for.
Neon lights and robots serving cocktails, I hope. But honestly, even without all the bells and whistles, I think the core idea here is just so compelling. And it leaves us with this big lingering question. Can AI ever truly grasp let alone replicate the complexity, the emotion, the humanness of a kiss.
Right. And I think that's a question we're going to be grappling with more and more as AI continues to evolve. And not just about kissing, but about all aspects of human connection and experience.
It's exciting, it's terrifying. Honestly, it's everything a good deep dive should be. And on that note, we'll leave you, dear listeners, to ponder that question. Could AI truly understand, even recreate, the magic of a kiss?
Lots to think about. Thanks for bringing this to our attention. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. And thanks to all of you for listening. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing and maybe try out a new kissing technique.